What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of IDK Sports Podcast, your premier spot to talk sports with the average guys. My name is Anthony. This is my main man, Kenny.
Sandy.
And don't forget, you catch these episodes exclusively on YouTube. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're watching this and like and share and let everybody know this is the premier spot to talk sports with the average guys.
Yeah.
Big fight coming up this weekend, man. Big fight of the Canelo Crawford fight. They're saying the fight one for the ages. So we're gonna get into a little boxing deep dive right here because a lot of people have been talking about it. I know we talked about it a little bit, but like one thing we want to get into is this the dark? Are we moving to another dark age of boxing? Are we moving into a time where UFC might be passing boxing? Are we moving into a time where like we're not going to see great fights because fighters are not fighting? That's what we're going to talk about this whole episode.
Okay.
That's what we're about to talk about this whole episode. So, like I said, this Saturday on the 13th on Netflix, Crawford versus Canelo.
Yes, sir.
We're not gonna get into our predictions of it. We can talk a little bit about the fight. Big time fight, man. I mean, you can't take that away from it. It's a big time fight for the super middleweight championship of the world. There we go. Super middleweight championship of the world. Got Canelo, basically the man for a generation.
Yeah, face of boxing, bro. Say it right.
Yeah, face of boxing going up against Crawford. That's won a lot of belts.
Don't do it like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hey, bro, I don't call him the king killer, but you know what I'm saying? He has every rank, every division he has rose to, he has been successful. To no matter whether you like it or not, each level he has been successful. You know what I'm saying? And he has on paper a Hall of Fame resume in Crawford.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Never knocked that.
Disputed twice, bro. He has been the guy, you know what I'm saying, for I don't know the people champion, but he has been a champion. You know what I'm saying? Whether you choose to recognize it or not. But he is a quality opponent, very quality opponent. Probably the last stand or the last one of between the last two that can probably put another loss on Canelo's record. I'll give him that much.
Or three.
Bill not gonna fight him again.
And speaking of not fighting again, so that's what we at right now. So like, we move into like another dark age of boxing. The heavyweight champion is overseas again.
Mm-hmm.
The American do dominate the smaller divisions of welterweight and not welterweight and super welter. Got a lot of American fighters that are pretty good. I think Charlo trying to get back on the scene at super welter. But they don't seem to be fighting each other. Like, they don't seem to be. It seems like it's always something why a fight can't be made. And now you have guys like Jake Paul coming in and making mega cards and mega fights. So, like, my question is, what we want to deep dive in? Who's the blame? Oh man, who gets the percentage of the blame? Is it the promoters? Is it the fighters? Is it just the interest in boxing?
Yeah.
Like where are we at? What we going to?
I believe everybody owns their side of the street. Everybody has to own their reason why this thing is failing. Because you're not wrong. It is failing. Whether we choose to recognize it or not, whether it's the sanctioning bodies, whether it's the fighters, whether it's the locale, whether it's the development of fighters, the promoters, everybody has their right to why, or has a say in why this thing is falling off the tracks. So it's just a matter of where you want to point to first. If we want to just stick with the fighters, we want to talk about the fighters first and why they're not fighting, because we're not seeing the best of the best. We're not seeing the best fight the best. You know what I'm saying? As much as we try to point to only one or two, everybody's cherry picking. Everybody's looking for footing in this class, in this weight division or the next weight division, whatever leads to their success. It's not out for who's fighting.
Mr. American guys too.
Wait, again, the conversation has changed from at least I got a belt, not to not to am I the man, am I dominant, but I got a belt. But you got it, and then that's another thing. But it's just like, yeah, you got a belt, but where the hell does that fall in the hierarchy of what's respected?
Yeah.
You know, so it's just a matter of if we're already not fighting each other, but you looking for a safe place to land, something that keeps your calendar regular or keeps your bills paid. Because at
Yeah.
least if I got a belt, that means I keeps a contender on my schedule. It keeps a contender on my calendar where I got to fight at least once or twice a year.
Yeah. So like my thing is like I'll take this back when boxing had the time where it came back. You know, yeah. Wilder was a heavyweight champion. Um, Joshua just beat the Klitschko brother, one of the Klitschko brothers. You know, it was a time when PBC got the Fox contract and they was on Fox and they was building up fighters. Floyd was towards the end, but started to see like another renaissance in boxing to say, hey, okay, we got some names built. You know, that's when Danny got his name built up. You know, Thurman was getting his name built up. Sean Porter was getting his name.
Mm-hmm.
The welterweight division was coming into his own. Middleweight division, Canelo was starting to go on his run. That Triple G trilogy was great. Just had storyline.
Yeah.
And jokers that wasn't scared to fight each other, right? Then you had, but in the background, when nobody thought would be a problem that was becoming a problem, you had your Ryan Garcia, you had your Devin Haney, young boys that they was just building up. Had Shakur's coming up. You had them guys coming up. Tank had lost the belt through being out of weight and came back, won the belt. You know, you had your Gary Russell Jr. that was fighting one a year and complaining all the time, featherweight. You had jokers like that. You had your Jared Hurd, kind of a weight bully, you know, stuff like that. But jokers was cool because the money was coming.
Yeah,
money was coming. People you could fight on Fox, you can fight on Showtime was still around.
yeah.
You can fight on you know, the app, the Dazzin app, ESPN Plus. Like everybody had a spot for everybody to be, right? And then the storylines, like you had guys building, you know, building. But you also had jokers carrying the torches with Terrence at lightweight at the time. Earl was at welterweight with them guys at welterweight. Charlo and them was building, you know, like I said, Triple G and Canelo was doing their thing. The heavyweight champion Deontay Wilder, even though what you want to say about him, he was fighting jokers in America. American champion, heavyweight champion, still selling.
Yeah.
So, but then you had COVID hit, right?
Yeah.
And then jokers realized how much stars they're not. They couldn't sell. So then COVID came out of COVID, right? The big four of the welterweight division at that time got older. And a lot of them were starting to realize, like, hey, yo, we ain't about to be doing this much longer. Then you had that last little renaissance of jokers fighting each other. You had Earl and Spence. I mean, Spence and Tank. Spence go through his run fighting people. Crawford came up, fought some folk. Sean Porter and Danny Garcia got it popping. Sean Porter and Thurman got it popping. Ugas was in the mix. You know what I'm saying? Canelo went on a getting my belt back, getting all the belts I had to relinquish. Rampage fought every top middleweight. You had Charlo on his undisputed run.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You had all of that happening, but in the background, it wasn't that the next crop kept trying to build but wasn't fighting nobody.
Mm-hmm.
So they kept feeling like they were stars because they was on, you know, the ESPN pluses and stuff like that. Money was still kind of coming around, but then when the top dogs left, none of them wanted to take them out.
That place, yeah.
None of them wanted to take that place, and they promoters protected them. Like Ryan Garcia got protected a lot before he fought Tank and fought Devin Haney. Devin Haney and his crew always find a reason not to fight somebody. They're not going to fight Brian Norman. I still think that fight's not. Okay, nobody. I still think he's not about to move the welter with the fight bar.
Still on the books. Bro.
Secure out here. They say, "Oh, we building them up." Like these guys now, it's time for them to get active, and they're not getting active. They just talk a lot. You let T.O. out here acting crazy, and he just talking a lot. You know what I'm saying? And now when it's time,
you can add Tank to that too.
Yeah, Tank do talk a lot. They all talking a lot. Now that the time is like, okay, we all got 25 plus fights under our belt.
Yeah,
let's get active. And they're not fighting each other, and that's causing decline because your top guys is not fighting. And then on top of that, your top guy that's supposed to be the next guy behind Canelo, as in Terrence Crawford, is over here just bag chasing and not really fighting, not really defending the belts. And all y'all Terrence Crawford fans can get mad, but he's not defending the belts. He's just bag chasing them. Like he didn't really fight at welter like that. He didn't really get nothing at welter. He moved up a little bit, and then get nothing at super welter. Now he just bag chasing. I think after this Canelo fight, I think he's done. I don't think he's gonna fight no more.
Table.
I don't think he's gonna fight no more. He had no after that dominant that lightweight run. I don't think Crawford had any intentions on being dominant in the other weight class.
Yeah.
So you have that on top of that. So you got the welterweight division all broke up because he had all the belts, and now all these jokers got belts because he relinquished them. And then now you fighting Canelo.
You fighting for legacy.
Yeah, I mean, fighting for that.
He fighting for it. I mean, bro, this is quite the jump from 130 up to like 168, bro. Like that's quite the damn jump. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're taking on one of the least traveled roads, in boxing. But as you described it, bro, what we talking about is how the order of things usually go. Whether you're talking NBA, NFL, baseball, whatever, boxing, any sport, the typical tradition is for it to follow the same path of having your entrenched, cemented stars that's holding a torch with odds to the future with another crop rolling in. Even with your Peyton and Tom Brady's, there was a Aaron Rodgers that was on the way in. You know what I'm saying? With your LeBrons and Steph Curry's rolling out, there's still a Tatum and an Ant-Man that's on the way in. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like with boxing, who's gonna carry the torch? Nobody wants to be the guy, as you just described.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We are in a year where Shakur and T.O. have only fought once this year. And that's gonna be it.
Everybody thinks they're a big star that can do that.
But
they're not really. You can tell why Tank went to Jake Paul. Like you said before, Tank went to Jake Paul because none of y'all other ones get me money. I gotta be the biggest draw.
I gotta be the guy. And it's again, that's why I know the social media space but I can't blame Tank so much because if the pressure is on me to be the A side and I gotta make sure I'm your biggest payday for all you guys. It's like, bro, I can't, bro. The pressure's on me to be the star. It's never on y'all to be the star. I gotta be the guy that everyone wants to show up for. But who gets the reward at the end of the day? Because I don't went out here more times than I can count and knocked out all you cats. But the moment somebody shows up and looks halfway decent, I'm trash.
Yeah.
And so it's like, are you great because you know what I'm saying? It's more of an assassination attempt on my career if I take a chance with you guys. There's nothing for me to win. If I beat you, it's just like, oh yeah, it's just this Tank being Tank. But y'all also don't put in the the road work either. Y'all, tanking not Tank, excuse me, Shakur and T.O. They looking to fight at the top of next year. Would that turn out?
Who told Shakur that he's that big of a star to only fight once a year? Like who told him he's big? The problem is these damn boxing rankings. They got him way too high on these boxing rankings. That's what got him feeling himself.
Bro, that's it.
Like they got him ranked like as top 5 boxing pound for pound.
Yeah.
That's why he's feeling himself. And Bob Arum is his promoter, and ESPN got him feeling himself. I don't know what Shakur has shown folk for him to be this high on pound for pound ratings. I don't know what he be shown folk for him. The only thing he can fight once a year, like he's not a draw. Who lines up to watch Shakur Stevenson fight?
He's one of the premier names at 135. One of the last left. One of the last left.
Man, he's a boring fighter.
Even in the time when it was the four kings of that 135, when it was just Tank, Garcia, Haney, and Teal, they was all sitting at 135, Shakur was still on the come up during that era. So he's one of the last left out of that bunch.
Is he top pound five? Is he the top 5 boxers?
If everybody's still active, no. So I'm counting Usyk, I'm counting Bivol, I'm counting my boy anyway down there. I'm counting a few more people before I count Shakur.
That's all I'm saying. Shakur, some of these guys think they're bigger stars than them. Only person I'm gonna not add to this is Ron Garcia. Ron Garcia has fought these guys. Now, he might have some antics, but he fought the cat. He done fought. Devin finds a reason not to fight. Like, you over pressing charges. Never mind. Devin over here.
But before that, what was his record?
Who?
He fought Loma. He fought Kambosos.
Who?
Haney.
Yeah, fought Loma.
He fought
Loma.
Garcia.
He lost. Got his ass whooped, actually.
Fought him. I think he got his ass whooped by Lomachenko too.
Exactly.
But the point is, it's because of that. It's like, bro, I done snuck out of the Lomachenko fight with a dub. And I done ran into that damn left hook the next chance up. How many more chances should I take? So maybe Haney's like, bro, somebody else gonna have to do this too.
But you fighting a Loma that is not Loma.
Gave him a hell of a time in there too.
Yeah, you're not really, I know you had to. I know Devin had to be stifled because he had to go back to Australia and fight that the contract he had to find to get that belt from Kambosos.
That's why this goes into another problem. There's too many damn belts, because if that was the case, Kambosos at the end of the day shouldn't have that much say so.
Yeah,
but
he wouldn't take the payout.
Exactly. But the power shifted so hard to Australia because all those belts when Kambosos in that moment, the power dynamic of 135 changed like overnight.
Yeah.
So it almost had to, so Haney had to go out there and bring him back stateside. He had to.
But then like I'm gonna get into some good stuff. Off of them though. Let's move to the next one. I think another thing that's killing boxing, especially stateside in America, is the lack of heavyweight prospects of anybody American heavyweight winning the championship. Who's in the tuck? They got Jared Anderson out of here. I never thought he was it, but they put their cards in all in one basket. This run defense for Carolina is trash. But they put all their cards in for Jared Anderson, and like that didn't work. I told you that wasn't gonna work. I saw that he wasn't really getting better. He wasn't. Every fight was not looking good. So who's next? Like, you have nobody. He backed out the fight with Big Baby Miller.
Mm-hmm.
That hurts boxing. That is no solidified American heavyweight as even a contender.
Well, the popularity for the sport isn't enough to where kids want to line up and go box. It's not there. It's not at a fever pitch yet. Yeah, it'll be easy to line up in the 90s and say, "Nah, I'm gonna be the next heavyweight champion." Especially coming off of like seeing the likes of like Tyson, Evander, Riddick Bowe, and stuff like that. That's easy to sign up for.
And that's the problem, that it's not like that, because now these ex-football players, they're going to UFC. They're learning to wrestle. They're going to do mixed martial arts. They're not becoming what's the word I'm looking for? They're not becoming boxers.
Yeah.
Like the offensive tackle that is athletic and stuff that didn't make NFL. They're not becoming boxers. Some of them are going to UFC. Some of them doing mixed martial arts, you know what I'm saying? Instead of like, maybe, okay, let's learn the sweet science. It's a problem. And then until America gets a heavyweight, it's American, like, boxing ain't gonna take that next level.
Yeah.
That's why I say people don't talk junk about Deontay Wilder, but when he won the belt and was a WBC champion for all them years, it brought some name for the sport, because now not only do we have these great welterweights, we also got a champion.
Yeah.
And
he was getting placement on First Take. He was getting placement on like one of your hottest
and he was a knockout artist.
And he made a show.
Yeah.
And he put on a show.
Yeah.
So no, you can never like slander Deontay Wilder, but the reason why it's gonna be a while till you see your next Wilder, because at one point in this country, boxing was up there probably one or two of being one of the greatest Iron Man sports in the world. It was boxing and football.
And being the heavyweight champion was a lot.
And again, being the toughest or the strongest or the most successful in one of the greatest Iron Man sports in the world came with that same allure, bro. You was a people champion as well as being the actual champion. Mm-hmm. That meant something. But now that, mixed martial arts is kind of like taking that reign, you know what I'm saying, with them jokers fighting so frequently.
And they signed that deal with, was it Peacock?
Yeah. They fight so frequently. And you see, it's a bloody sport. The knockouts are frequent. The submissions are frequent.
Not afraid to take L's.
They're not afraid to take L's. You're going to see the best fighting the best.
One championship.
You know what I'm saying? It's one belt. The hierarchy even makes sense to where you can explain it to your you know what I'm saying, your father, your grandfather. It's easy to explain.
Yeah.
It's the king. It's pretty much a king of the hill. It's not no super interim. This belt in hunt. It's not all that junk in the middle. It's just cut straight to the belt. Who's the best?
Yeah. But then also, okay, I will say this though. I know a lot of people don't like the sanctioning bodies and the number of belts, and I do think it is a lot of belts out here. But I do believe in having. It's a lot of people that box. Boxing worldwide is still one of the most done sports worldwide. A lot of professional boxers. So, do I think you can just have 4 sanctioning body belts? No. I do understand on the come up having somebody as the Continental or whatever they call it, but like the second tier of each belt, like Continental WBA belt for the up and coming guy. And then once you get a certain rank, you have to give it up because you're talking about in the WBC and welterweight, talking about 200 something jokers, like a lot of people in them rankings.
Yeah.
So I think it's hard to just have that belt as the king of the hill. I think you need to have another one for the young guys that's working their way up. And then like Keyshawn had one, the WBO, one of the belts, the Continental belt, before he had to give it up when he got ahead in the rankings. I do get that. So I do want to give the sanctioning body some. Now I don't believe that just because the Joker didn't fight the fight that you wanted, oh, you take the belt away, or we can't have no undisputed guy. Like that's why Usyk is not undisputed now, because they won't ever let all the belts be contained by one person.
Yeah,
they don't do that no more, and I hate that. Now you're just giving jokers a belt. But I do want to get some. Like some people say, we got too many belts. It's not as many people doing mixed martial arts on a professional level as it is professional boxers. So I do think a young Abdullah Mason at 18 and 19 should have a belt to fight for with, like, as they're working their way up through the list of people until they get like top 50. Now, because like think about it, it takes a long time to even get up in the rankings to even have a shot for a championship.
Yeah, but now we're talking about the farming process.
Yeah.
Like how we funnel down who's the actual champion.
Yeah.
Which, again, that's rooted out because, we could talk about the top 50, which goes down to the top 15, which goes down to the top 5.
Yeah.
That's all a funneling process.
Yeah.
But because by the time we're talking about the top 5 fighters in that weight class, any given weight class, a lot of time, bro, that back 195 are just guys.
Yeah.
Even as we discussed boxing today, they are just guys. They could have been farmed out or smoked out by
in boxing. Them out.
They would have just been smoked out already.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So there's no point to keep this many belts or keeping 5 belts, because all we do is create 5 swim lanes for all these guys to contend to. And it's way too much confusion when you got
interim
5 champions, and you got 5 interim champions, 5 regular champions, and beneath that tier, you got 5 more contenders. You got this person then you got up newcomers to the division. It's way too much confusion.
I think it can't be no champion at least. Take the belt or keep the belt. Like if a Joker's undisputed, the sanctioning bodies can work it out. Like, nobody cares about y'all mandatories. Okay, because most time y'all mandatory, especially with WBO and some of them, it'd be somebody that's not that good.
Never been on the radar.
So especially WBA, because a lot of people don't even sign up for the sanctioning body, right? For the WBA, the biggest two ones are the WBC and the IBF. The IBF is the international one, and WBC is the well known.
Yeah.
So like, you got to pay for that. You know what I'm saying, to get into them like rankings and everything. But like, I do want to give some, like, I don't like the interims and all that, but I do like the ones for the jokers that's in that like 70 to 25 range to have a belt to fight for, because you could be the top dog in that range that's getting up,
right?
And then once you get above that range, you got to give that belt up to the next sense. I get that, but all this one like champion and recess, champion and this, oh, this person didn't do the order, so now I'm gonna give it. They gave Rolly a belt. So either everybody walking around like they're a champion, but you didn't win it.
Yeah, I mean,
at least like if you're gonna take a Joker championship away, at least win it. You know
or have like, you know, you and the next contender squabble out for it. It shouldn't be like, I got my belt through via email. You know what I'm saying? Because I was the next one in line and I paid my dues.
And everybody want to have a champion,
but
like right now,
that's how you end up with the confusion, bro. And it's like, because like we just said, bro, if Rolly knew, I'm sure his team had this meeting where if we take these steps, bro, we talking in a matter of months, you just, without throwing one punch, you just became a champion.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we can say he was a champion, and that's what matters, because that keeps my calendar dates full. That meets my requirement
like, of 1 year. Now that it's made nobody respect champions.
And if we don't care about champions, then what at the end of the day matters?
What are we doing? So that brings me on. So the next people I blame is the promoters, specifically Eddie Hearns.
Okay.
I think him keeping Joshua in England really put the thumbnail in the American movement that Heyman had going. Like, I know people don't like Heyman because a lot of PBC guys, he only fought PBC guys, but he had them all. All the American fighters was on his promotion.
Mm-hmm.
So he didn't really have to work with people in the smaller weight classes, because I got Thurman, I got Danny, I got Earl, I got Ugas. I had all the guys, so like, why go across? But like in heavyweights, it was different because all of them was signed different people. Golden Boy, Eddie Hearns, Heyman, had Deontay, Arum really had no heavyweight at that time. But yeah, Fury signed when he came back.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
When he came back. But I think not bringing Joshua stateside really hurt the heavyweight division. Well, he had a chance to come stateside multiple times. He had to fight no champion, like, he had to fight Wilder out the gate. He could have fought somebody else. I mean, he had one for Big Baby Miller that he supposed to fight, that fell through. I think he did fight stateside one time, but nobody even watched it for real. Like, the money overseas is cool, but the money in the States is better. Sorry.
Well, that's because he wasn't buying that. He's not buying the truth that, or what we believe to be the truth here stateside, is that those guys, those UK fighters you got, are unproven until they come stateside. Now, that may just be our own Western ignorance, but it's true.
That too, in the marketing,
it's true, bro. But to that point, Joshua was overhyped to what we believe. He was overhyped. You caught a Klitschko on a decline. But let them tell it,
and
bro.
You caught a Fury during the mental breakdown.
But again, in that moment, you can't say that because, bro, he was the next UK sensation. He was the next Lennox Lewis.
Yep.
That's what Eddie Hearn thought he had.
But he protected them so heavy.
Exactly. So he run into a cat like Andy Ruiz, and it all goes to naught. Like, we could have been hashed that out. And you could have made more money off that fight had he fought somebody, fought somebody sooner. Or just get your big name out the way now if you know he's about to crash out. If we know he's gonna flame out, let's just go for the biggest bag then.
They protected him too much, man. They protected him too much, and it was to a point where like it was just seen, like you could see it, like, oh, you don't think he's like that.
Mm-hmm.
You're nervous to have him fight stateside.
When he was exposed for having so to speak a weak chin, that's not something that's just sought out or that's discovered come fight night. That's spotted in camp.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He probably got hit with, he had some wobbly legs throughout camp during the spar session.
Yeah.
So it was like, hey, now we got a champion, and he does what he does what we need him to do when it comes to marketing, when it comes to endorsements, when it comes to being a likable guy, men and women. He fills those recs.
Yeah.
He fits those recs. So it's like, bro, I'm not going to ruin that because I also know the truth that I know what kind of fighter I got. And they're doing the same thing with Conor Benn right now.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, we can oversell him. We can oversell him because we know the type of personality we got in the room. We know what kind of guy we got in the room. He's going to do numbers for us in the UK. But when it comes time for fight night, I never said he was the greatest fighter, but I know he's going to make us some money.
And that's what I'm saying. So now we're trying to like internationalize these fights, and I think the Turkey has some good ideas, right? But when we get into the conversation of pay-per-views being lowered, maybe getting rid of pay-per-views, now we're basically saying that we don't have no stars.
Yeah.
We can't have pay-per-views because we have nobody to sell a fight.
Bingo.
Boxing has always thrived off pay-per-views because boxing builds stars. I think these promoters don't know how to really build stars, and they protect them so long that nobody cares. Eventually, nobody's going to care about the Tank and David.
And that's where we at. The stars we have now, like you can't tell me that there's enough stars that you should have that the normal fight fan knows enough about them to pay $80 out the gate 4 times a year. The normal fight fan does not know enough or does not care enough about what we deem to be stars in this very moment to pay $80 4 times a year.
Yeah.
Because they're not worth it.
Nope.
Hence the Fire Stick Boys, hence the the illegal streams. Hence why KSI and the Paul brothers can come in and make a rule out of y'all, make a fool out of you on Netflix.
Yeah.
Because, bro, hey man, this shit is chopped cheese, bro. Y'all not like that. No. Y'all not like that.
No.
This is an easy lick for me. I can run this game over because y'all, all I do is flash a bag in your face. Turkey did it. Turkey just shows you how to do it. You can't blame Jake Paul for doing the same thing because then all I do is flash a bag in front of your face and y'all gonna jump at it because there's no true stars here. Y'all need us more than we need them.
That's what I'm saying. It's just like
it's
no stars. And now y'all trying to y'all keep moving the goalpost of what boxing could do. Oh, some people are like, oh yeah, let's not have pay-per-views. That's not a good thing. The fight game always has pay-per-views. All combat sports have had pay-per-views. And the reason why they had pay-per-views is because it was supposed to be major events. Now I get you if you're on Netflix, it's different. You're streaming.
Yeah.
But some of these fights, it's like fight overseas, like the Better Beef and Bivol fight was fought for free because the streams were so bad. Because the buys were so bad, they just gave it to us for free. The first one.
Mm-hmm. And whose fault is that? It's not the viewing public's fault.
Yeah, y'all not building Joker the Stars, then y'all wait so long that the fight don't even matter
no more.
You know what I'm saying? These lightweights are gonna fight each other. Like Haney and Tank are eventually gonna fight. The problem is, will the fight matter?
Okay, because at this point, again, if we're all stars here, what separates one from the other? And we're not talking about like the stars of old. Like, you'll be harder pressed to find another, moving forward, you'll be harder pressed to find another gym in the dirt like Mike Tyson than you will be to find another Shakur or another Haney. I think it'll be easier and closer to make another Haney or another fighter like Haney.
You got one like Keyshawn.
Yeah, you got Keyshawn, you got Abdullah, you got Carmel Melton, you got Kid Austin. It's easier to find a replicate of y'all than it is to find the guys that we used to deem as stars, the Sugar Rays, the Oscars, the Evander. Like, bro, we can't find those as those were a rarity.
Yeah.
And what we're dealing with now, and what we have on our hands now it's commonplace.
Yeah.
We can make those fighters. Those fighters don't really step into the ring until about what 16, 18. I can do that. I can develop that.
Yeah.
Mama trainer, I can develop that.
Yes.
But I'm not gonna develop I can't develop somebody that has the grit and toughness like a Thomas Hitman Hearns or Roberto Duran no more, because our society doesn't produce that. It doesn't produce those really like earn it fighters, those really gritty fighters, those really, I need the box. I have to box. We're not making those fighters no more. And that aids in their success, their stardom at some point. The same way like your greatest singers will come from a church is the same way like some of your greatest fighters, your greatest athletes kind of come from like some humble beginnings, because it's like, hey, I fought for something different.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. And I don't want to say it's all bad. There is some guys out here actually getting active. I think 154 is trying to make themselves the next.
They could,
the next one, because especially if Charlo come back with a vengeance, because you got Sebastian and who I sent you said they about to fight each other?
Fundora and Thurman.
And Thurman about to fight. I think that's a good one. At 154. I think this fight with Fulton on that card, fighting O'Shea. Is it O'Shea Foster?
O'Shea Foster, yeah.
I think that's a good fight. I think everybody else besides like the welterweight division is really starting. I think the super welterweight division got something to say. I think they really got some good fighters, and they really willing to fight each other. And there's some guys in welterweight. They are like Brian. I think Brian Norman wants to smoke. I think Boots and Brian Norman is going to happen. I think I don't blame Brian Norman for trying to get the Pacquiao bag and not fight Boots. I don't blame him for that. But I think if Boots is willing to go back down and try to get that belt, that's the part that I don't know. But if Boots and them are willing to make it work, I think that fight will work. Or Brian Norman's gonna go take Barrios' belt.
Yeah, the money, because again, chasing the Pacquiao bag is another example of why the money supersedes the belt.
Yeah, oh yeah.
The money.
If Pacquiao say you're about to fight somebody, it's probably gonna be for a championship, and I'm a champion. Everybody's got to wait to see he make a decision.
Bingo. Yeah, until I get a yes or no back from Pacquiao, y'all can all wait.
I think if Devin Haney fights him, Brian Norman gets him out of here. I think Devin Haney untouchableness is over.
No, that's been exposed already. Yeah, that's been exposed.
So my last question before we get up out of here: how do we fix it? How do they fix it? What happens now? Because you had a little renaissance. COVID hit. Nobody knew that COVID was going to do what COVID did. Now we out of COVID, and it seems like boxing has not recovered. So how do we fix it? Do we fix it with the fight this weekend?
No, this ain't gonna move the needle.
Okay,
this ain't gonna move the needle, because it takes, boxing works in bunches.
Yeah,
boxing works when it's a group effort. It can't just be one.
Yeah.
So and to a degree, Turkey is right. Turkey is right. We got to make it cheap, if not free. Take on a lot of these. Yeah.
So is he going the Heyman route where like I put like the lesser, like my mid-level stars on Fox Sports?
That has to be a thing
for
again.
Free.
That has to be a thing again.
Yeah, that's how Earl got his name built.
It has, but you got to show a farming ground for this sport to regain prominency. You got to, bro.
But on that paid for app, I don't like that.
Yeah, but again, you at least got a place to go to find your fighters. You don't know where to find fighters no more, or where to see boxing action. Yeah. You don't know.
I think Heyman got something to tuck with that Amazon.
I hope so. There's no reason why they shouldn't be doing.
Everybody get stars.
Bro, it's the last check before we out of here. Yeah, it's the last check,
especially when UFC sign on Peacock.
If you still believe in the lost art
of Paramount, which one they signed? Was it Peacock or Paramount?
I want to say it was probably Paramount.
They left ESPN.
Yeah, they're gone.
So,
but my thing is that you have nowhere to go for boxing. At least you know where to go now, and making it at a lower price point, because either that or you're gonna hope on the fact that we can keep building mega cards. And even that, you're only seeing boxing at 25%. you're only seeing the boxing that we want you to see. And if you can guarantee 4 mega cards throughout the year, bro, this thing we know and love is on its way out. Stick a fork in it. If we're only seeing 4 mega cards a year.
So do you think boxing is going back to that Klitschko era, the dark era where, like, yes, not taking nothing away from the Klitschko brothers, they were dominant, but
yeah,
that era was a dark era for boxing. Wasn't nobody really selling but Floyd.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else was just lesser known.
Yeah, I think so, honestly, because nobody's really taking the mantle.
Nobody wants to be that guy.
Nobody wants to. It's too much pressure. We again, even in, I'm using Tank again for another example, but even in his example,
and Terrence too,
Terrence too, it's like, yo, we can criticize them as much as we like, but bro, the pressure that's in those shoes, bro, nobody really wants it. It's easy to say, like, hey, I want to fight these guys. I want to, tell Tank stop ducking, but bro, it's if you win, then what? What you gonna do with it? And then say whatever you do, I guarantee you, is nothing different than what I'm doing right now. And the fighters that's challenging them know that. Like, use Lamont Roach. Lamont Roach, it sounds good right now, but if you spend a year being the guy, being hunted, like we a part of Errol Spence's lore is the fact that he was the guy and he defended it and he stood on it. That's how you elevate from just being a champion to being a people's champion, to being big fish.
Cash just wanted to get a belt.
And you're gone. You're not here long enough for us to champion you.
You want to be dominant. That's the problem. These guys don't want to be dominant. Dominant champions.
You want to be a belt holder. You want to say you want to be a belt holder. You don't want to be a champion. You want to be a belt holder. Mm-hmm. And that's why the sport's dying.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter outside of, I was a champion, or I held a belt here and there. It doesn't matter after that. So why should it matter to us?
Exactly. Like I said, I'm with you. I'm a little bit more optimistic. I think Heyman will get it right again and maybe can build stars like he did before. And hopefully, like, Turkey can build some stars with some of these mega cards they're putting together. And really they can just make it happen and get boxing back to, like, I ain't saying it gotta be back to like that the hate era, but at least back to a respectable era where people actually know the boxers and just actually kind of give a damn, besides just people like me and you that's like boxing fans that's gonna know fighters and watch people.
The kids gotta care about it. Like it's, I hate to say it, but it's kind of past like the stars we see now. It's past it. It's on your Abdullah Masons or your Keyshawn Davis. It's on them to kind of carry that torch now.
Yeah,
their time isn't coming up. It's their time now. They got to carry about it. They got to care to stay in the gym. They got to care to be disciplined. They got to care to put on a show.
Yeah, they
got to care to not be running around the ring for 12 rounds. It can't matter more to us if we're not getting the show. Because again, you at the end of the day, you can't justify the normal fan to pay $80 four times a year.
Yeah,
because you haven't shown a product that's worth that. So make it free until it's worth that.
That might be the way it's going, bro. But catch us this Thursday. To see our predictions on the big fight this weekend. Probably need to enjoy it. Might be like one of the last big ones for a minute, man. Might need to enjoy it, man. But this is IDK Sports Podcast, your premium spot to talk sports with the average guys.
Yeah.
My name is Anthony. This is my main man, Kenny.
Exactly.
Don't forget to hit that subscribe and like button and share and let people know, because this is a premium spot to talk sports with the average guys. And until next time,
what's up?
I'll talk to you.